Hello everybody and welcome back to Halloweird, where Halloween is everywhere. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a very different style of videos. It's going to be very different than what I usually do, but I'm very excited to be here. So I'm going to be comparing the 2019 collector from Spirit Halloween and also the semi-new 2023 collector's minion, and explain why I think that the collector's minion is better than the collector. And by no means do I have any hate against the collector. I in fact think he's an incredible prop, but I just have a few attributes I want to go over regarding collector's minion that I think makes it just slightly better than the collector. Recently, a good friend of mine known as Cupboard790 has taught me a lot about filming and editing behind a computer. If you know me for long enough, you know that I used to, or still do, film on my phone, and I would edit on my phone. But recently, Cupboard790 has taught me how to not only edit on a computer, but also just capture footage on a computer with a microphone and pretty much just a whole setup. That being said, I do want to move on to this video, and I'll be using Spirit Halloween Wiki, or Wikia. I don't know the correct pronunciation of the website, but I will be using this site here to kind of go over the main thing about each of these props. If this isn't your type of video, absolutely feel free to go and click on any of the other videos. This is very different, very different than what I usually do, and it's just going to be a lot of reading and discussing, and it's more, I don't know what the I want to call this kind of like a podcast, but it's not. So it's more just commentary the entire time. Like I'm just like a commentator right now, and I'm going to be like reacting to the videos of each. That's it. If you do like this kind of content, absolutely hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to. We are close to 1,800 subscribers. If we could get there relatively soon, I do have something planned for that subscriber special, and I'm very excited to do it. We are super close, and I'm very excited about that. So either way, before we move on to all of this information about it, let's first look at the video of both the collector and the collector's minion. All right, starting off, here is the 2019 collector.
You think you're special because you're human? You're just raw meat for my demons to use. They're not building a better human. They're building a more powerful demon.
And with that being said, here is the online exclusive 2023 and 2024 collector's minion.
Must get flesh. Must get souls.
I think on camera, both those animatronics look fantastic, and they both do have a lot of really cool aspects and attributes about them. Without any further ado, let's dive deeper into both the differences of the collector and collector's minion, and let me get into why I think the collector's minion is just a little bit better. All right. The collector, he was sold in 2019 in stores and 2020 and 2021 online only. He was only in store for 1 year. His price, $249.99 in American. In Canadian, that is $299.99, so $300. Currency in Canada is a little bit different than America, so that's why it seems more expensive. It's not, it's just different currency here. Height, 7 feet tall. Definitely one of the larger animatronics back in the day. Now that's pretty normal for animatronic height, but back in the day, 7 feet was considered a larger animatronic. There's his item number. Doesn't really have any relevance to why this video is being made, but yeah, there it is. And he was produced by Party Time Latex Art and Crafts Factory. If I'm not mistaken, this is the exact same company that made Collector's Minion, so they both created both animatronics. His current status, he is out of stock. Of course, he stopped selling in 2022. 2021 was his last year that you could buy him online, and he was a Spirit Halloween exclusive. Here is the Spirit Halloween description of him. If you don't want to be here as I read it, skip to this timestamp right there. That is what you can skip to if you don't want me to go through this and read this. To those who want to hear me read his description, I will go now. Welcome to the underworld. This immortal creature is looking to collect as many souls as possible. If you don't move quickly, you may be next. The collector can sense the slightest bit of fear from all of his onlookers, so if you dare cross his path, you may be in for a dark encounter. He'll sneak up behind you and tower over your shoulder, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to take what he wants. You may think you can get away, but once he spots your precious soul, there's no way out of it. You'll officially become a part of his beloved collection. The collector loves to show off what he's taken. Moving his waist from side to side, his eyes glow red that will make pure terror run through your body. As his jaw moves up and down while telling you why he's collecting human souls, something inside the burlap sack slowly squirms, trying to break free. Here's all of his other stuff. You know, all of this is on the box, animatronic, what it comes with, and then pretty much these are like all of the little square icons that come on the box on the back. And then here's the product sayings. Other term is his phrases. I won't be reading this, but you know, you can pause it and read it if you absolutely want. If I'm not mistaken, Collector's Minion has different phrases than him. Could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure that Collector's Minion has different product sayings or phrases. Hopping over to the Collector's Minion, the years sold 2023 and 2024. He came out late last year and is going to be here all this year and probably all next year as well. Online only. He won't be going in stores as far as I'm aware. They might bring him in store. They do that with a lot of animatronics. Off the top of my head, I know they did that with the Widow and with Barry. So they might do that with him too. I'm not sure. His price, $149.99. $150. If I'm not mistaken, that's $179.99 in Canadian. Again, different currency. Very generic for a lot of the 3 to 4 feet tall animatronics like Little Nestor, Little Skelly Bones, Gordo, I'm pretty sure was that price. A lot of the around 4 feet tall props all are around that $150 price point. Again, there he is, 4 feet tall, it says right there. His item number, not really relevant either. And yes, I was right, produced by Party Time Latex Art and Crafts Factory, same company that made the Collector, then obviously go through Spirit Halloween to sell the animatronic. Current status, he is in stock, so you can absolutely go. And then it's the same stuff, the including list, and then all of, you know, his animated stuff. And yeah, here's his product sayings in other term phrases. I don't remember the collector's phrases off the top of my head, but I am pretty sure these are all different. But yeah, so without any further ado, let me actually get into why I think the Collector's Minion is a little bit better. First and foremost is his price. Now, obviously, you can argue that the collector is 7 feet tall. Of course, he's going to be $250. But in most cases, when people are coming to buy animatronics, they're not actually collecting these big, large animatronics. They're just trying to find something that they can put on their house so people, you know that they're into the Halloween spirit. In this case, something this small, which can fit through cracks or just fit at the corner of your doorstep, it's a very, very affordable price. A lot of people coming into Spirit don't have $300 that they're just like, hey, I'm gonna go buy an animatronic. Unless they're collecting the animatronic. In that case, that's a totally different story. But for a lot of cases, if not most, people are just coming there to buy costumes and maybe an animatronic here and there. So in general, I assume that if this guy was in store, he would be sold a lot more. Now, of course, I'm not going to ignore the fact that he is an online exclusive. That definitely does drop down his availability, I guess, is a way I can put that term. The collector, you were able to buy it. This one, you have to go through the Spirit Halloween website, and with shipping, this thing can definitely cost on upwards of $200. Hopping over to the collector, he was in store and he is $250, which is like $300 Canadian, and a lot of people just don't have that money to go and fork out for an animatronic, especially if they aren't collecting them. So I would just say that the Collector's Minion was definitely a more affordable option. And if I am being honest, I could definitely argue the fact that centerpieces may not be as important as all of these smaller, not so centerpiece style animatronics. As of editing this, I realized I didn't actually explain what a centerpiece and like a filler animatronic is. If you haven't seen this video there, definitely go check it out. But a really, really quick summary is pretty much that a centerpiece is a large animatronic that you put in the middle of your theme that people are coming up to actually see, and filler props are small things around it to just fill up the space. Things like the Collector's Minion and a lot of these small animatronics like Bag of Bones, Hung Up Zombie, Pop Up Zombie, all of these animatronics are great to go into small places to help fill up your animatronic theme. If you just had small animatronics, sure, it wouldn't really look like a genuine theme, but you would be able to pull it off and just make it look like a cool Halloween house. But if you just had centerpieces, your house may either look a little bit overdone or just not finished. Past that, I want to talk about the attention to detail. With the Collector, it being a lot larger of an animatronic, the company doesn't have that much time to make every single crevice of this animatronic look perfect. That being color configuration, shadowing, clothing, detail in the joints and fingers and whatever accessories they may be holding. In this case, he's holding a bag. It's hard for a company to put 100% in every single super tall centerpiece animatronic that they sell. Now, they obviously try their best and do it on a budget, but in the end of the day, these smaller animatronics, companies are able to spend more time detailing because it is not as large of a surface pretty much to cover. If I compare this to the Collector's Minion, you can just see in his face that there is a lot more shadowing in his like eye sockets, in his forehead. There's a lot more realistic and better blood on his teeth, and his bag has a little bit of blood on it, which in general makes more sense than having no blood in a burlap, because odds are you have something that's bleeding in there. His fingers look a little bit more detailed. As for the Collector, it's just latex with wiring inside that you can pose. In general, I think that the Collector's Minion, including clothing, shadowing, color configuration, blood, all of that detailing, it just has a better outcome than the Collector. Now, I want to say this is the third, maybe fourth reason, I don't remember off the top of my head, but that is how they actually come. In general, it doesn't matter what an animatronic looks like online and in the Spirit Halloween video. What really matters is what that animatronic looks like when it comes, how it delivers, right? And in this case, most of the Collectors that I saw in person, a lot of the joints, fingers, shadowing, coloring, and jaw placement was all relatively messed up. It was all relatively disformed or disproportionate, or something was wrong with it. In this case, I'm using this photo here. I don't have a name, so I can't really give credit. So I'm just going to really hope that this is okay to use. I would give credit if I had a name. It's just something that's selling off of eBay. That all needs to be taken into account for all of these props. And that doesn't just happen with this. At least for my personal experience, which this can change for everybody. Every time I walked into a Spirit Halloween in 2019, every Collector looked almost just like this. And it could totally just be a setup issue, in the sense that whoever set up the animatronic didn't set it up right. In this case, I definitely say that this is just not set up right. But in general, it's really hard to make a prop that has like metal joints like that you can see in that shoulder. It's just a complete point. Make it look more realistic. I just spent the last little bit trying to find one, but as you can see here, huge credit to Spooky Halloween. I hope it's okay that I'm using your content. Definitely go subscribe to him if you haven't already. In this case, you can see that the Collector's Minion actually delivers. It looks almost identical to every single animatronic that you see on the screen. This looks just like the one in the video. The blood looks the same on him. His eyes look great. The shadowing in the forehead looks great. All of it looks just like the video. I have seen this with multiple of these. If we just click on another one, I assume this is the same guy. All of it looks just like the one on the video. This looks like what the video shows, or what the video on Spirit Halloween displays, and the Collector does not really look like what the video displays. Now, I'm pretty sure that wraps up every single reason. Again, this is a very different video than what I usually do. It's more just commentary. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. We are super close to 1,800 subscribers. That'd be so amazing if we could get there. Yeah, I enjoyed this. The reason I am making content like this is because of the weather outside. I have tried multiple times to record videos outside or in my garage, but not only is the weather outside soaking wet and just gloomy, I'm in British Columbia, Canada. It just rains all the time here, but because of the weather outside, it changes the lighting effect inside the garage, so everything in the garage doesn't look good on camera. Like, it looks really, really bad on camera. I want to keep posting videos. It's just going to be a lot less consistent than what I usually do during the on season, I guess is a way you could say it. So a lot of these kind of videos are going to be coming out until I'm able to film outside again, which definitely will be happening. Don't stress. But until then, I just got to make these kind of videos inside where the weather can't affect the quality of the capture. And if you guys enjoyed this, definitely leave a comment. Let me know. And if you want to go even further than that, let me know what kind of video you would like next. Maybe like what other animatronics you would like me to compare, or if there is something that you want me to react to. Go ahead, leave it all down in the comments below. But without any further ado, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.